Laurie Wilson was there from day one.
Speculation about the date for the past 12 months. Everyone, it seems, from taxi drivers to political commentators, had an opinion. But on February the 16th, Bob Hawke decided it was time. The chance to capitalise on new divisions within the opposition, but appeared to be signs that a slowing economy would bring down interest rates.
Let there be no doubt that the Australian electorate on the 24th of March is faced with a clear and indeed a stark alternatives.
For a politically born-again Andrew Peacock, the long-awaited opportunity, his last chance to claim the ultimate political prize.
We have the answers and we'll be spelling them out, and it will settle not only Australia's future but Australians' living standards, which have been crushed under this government.
The Prime Minister didn't waste any time. Hours after naming the date, he was on a plane bound for Queensland to beat the electoral drum. However, the PM's campaign style was decidedly cramped by a constant gaggle of protesting pilots. By the start of the first full week, the pressure seemed to be showing. A fit of temper over microphones.
Hey, this is ridiculous.
While the hardened campaigner harangued a demonstrator in Parliament House, Andrew Peacock suggested the Prime Minister may have been cracking under the strain.
Is he getting rattled?
Well, undoubtedly he is. I mean, it's only 3 days into the campaign and blowing up.
I really, sincerely, Andrew, hope that you're thinking that Bob's rattled.
Andrew Peacock's strategy for this campaign was evident from the beginning, to tap into the collective pain of thousands of Australian voters struggling under the burden of record interest rates.
But I am very firm in the intent to put the policies in place, a coordinated range of policies that will bring about sustainable and significant reductions in interest rates over time.
By the middle of the first week, Paul Keating fired the government's first big shot, a new wage and tax deal with the unions.
This agreement is responsible and fair.
This deal is not in the best interests of the people of Australia.
Talk about the new accord was quickly overtaken by allegations that Elders boss and Liberal Party President John Elliott was under investigation by the National Crimes Authority. The opposition accused the government of playing dirty politics.
It's been very evident for some time the Labor Party was gunning for Elliott.
Sunday, February the 25th, the long-awaited great debate.
But under those policies, interest rates will come down.
Do you have a quick follow-up question?
No, not worthwhile after that answer.
The winner and loser was the subject of much greater debate. A majority gave it to Hawke by a nose.
There are questions that just have to be answered.
With the media bombardment well and truly underway, Andrew Peacock moved from interest rates to superannuation, claiming the government's capital gains tax would cut retirees' payouts.
The whole campaign is entirely shabby.
February 27th, the Prime Minister unveiled his first big promise of the campaign, a $300 million boost for road funding. The shocking state of Australia's road network, highlighted by a series of horrific bus crashes, became a major bargaining point, the coalition ultimately outbidding the government by several $100 million. March 1st saw Australia's cricketing hero Alan Border unwittingly dragged into an election furore over claims that Bob Hawke had announced Border's Australia Day award prematurely for political reasons.
I would regard it as very surprising.
A snag for Andrew Peacock, at odds with old rival John Howard about just how far a Liberal government could lower interest rates.
I'm sceptical about the prospects of any noticeable fall in the next few weeks, no matter what the result. I really am.
March 5th was the Liberal Party's big day, the official campaign launch, and a half-hour documentary-style television promotion directed mainly at families.
In this election, the people of Australia are questioning as never before the direction our nation is taking.
As expected, the environment was a dominant issue throughout the campaign and a critical problem for the coalition, the Wilderness Society urging its supporters to allocate preferences to Labor. National Party leader Charles Blunt was more interested in roads, taxes and development, cynical about Labor's new green image.
Labor's commitment to the environment is as deep as a ballot box.
The Prime Minister of Australia, Bob Hawke and Hazel Hawke.
In keeping with Labor's campaign strategy to portray a more serious image to match the times, Mr Hawke's policy launch in Brisbane was a sober affair.
The fact that the tough and the hard decisions we've had to make for the good of Australia are starting to work
As Hawke and Peacock battled, another player was catching a lot of media attention and potentially a big swag of votes.
The people of Australia are sick and tired of the games being played by Mr Hawke and Mr Peacock, and are not going to be fooled again.
To an electorate largely disillusioned with the two major parties, opinion polls showed Janine Haines' message was hitting home. With just over a week to go, rising interest rates were back in the headlines. Mr Hawke claiming that after the election, the government would tell the Reserve Bank to bring them down.
If all you have to do is pick up the phone and say lower interest rates, why hasn't he done it?
The final week began with a new issue, Mr Peacock's rejection of a city of the future, the multi-function polis. The Prime Minister seized on the issue, accusing the Liberal leader of stirring up anti-Japanese sentiment.
There is one thing I will never, in any circumstances, compromise on, and that is the question of race.
Mr Peacock was having none of that, turning up the heat on the government over the national accounts. They showed the economy was going backwards.
We've been saying we're on the edge of an economic crisis, but quite clearly now we're into a recession.
The last few days of Poll 90 were dominated by seemingly endless appearances on talkback radio and the Liberals' decision to move back to some old-style campaigning. For both parties, a desperate lunge for the line in the race to govern Australia.
By Wilson on the campaign trail.